Hi, I'm Joshua Calloway. I did carbon for my element project. Carbon's located right here on the periodic table. Carbon in the periodic table. The atomic number of carbon is 6. The atomic weight is 12.0107. The melting point is 3,823 at Kelvin, or 3,550 at Celsius. The boiling point of carbon is 4,098 at Kelvin, or 3,825 at Celsius. The density of carbon is 2.2670 grams per cubic centimeter. The phase at room temperature is solid, so it sits as a solid. The element classification is nonmetal. The period number is 2. The group number is 14, and there's no group name. Common carbon compounds. I'm not going to say all these out, but some of the applications of carbon is, of course, the most common is carbon dioxide. Everyone needs to breathe carbon dioxide to live. Another common one is coal. People use coal for factories. It was used more often in the past than now today. Diamonds is also carbon. It's 100% carbon too. So they have diamond bladed saws and drill bits, and they also use it for jewelry. Cool facts. Carbon is the 15th most common element on the Earth. Carbon is the basis for organic chemistry as it occurs in all living things. Carbon is a nonmetal that can bond with itself and many other chemical elements, forming nearly 10 million compounds. Carbon is the 4th most abundant element in the universe. The electron negativity of carbon is 2.55. The way you figure out electron negativity is generally you have an arrow pointing this way and this way, so generally in this direction. It's not the most electron negative, but it's pretty electron negative. The atomic radius of carbon is 70. That's actually quite small compared to the atomic radiuses of other elements. The ionic radius. Ionic radius is the radius of the atom's ion. The ionic radius of carbon is 30. The electron affinity. Carbon has an electron affinity of 153.9 kJ/mole. That's also kind of like the more this way and up it increases, just like electron negativity. Ionization energy. Ionization energy is a measure of energy required to remove one electron from 1 mole of gaseous atoms or ions. The first ionization energy of carbon is 1,086.5 infinity or kJ moles to the negative power. More cool facts. About 20% of the weight of living organisms is carbon. More compounds are known which contain carbon than don't. Elemental carbon can take the form of one of the hardest substances, diamond, or one of the softest, graphite. Graphite is another common use. Carbon has the highest melting sublimation point of the elements. The melting point of diamond is 3,550 degrees Celsius, with the sublimation point of carbon around 3,800 degrees Celsius. That concludes my presentation. Questions, comments, concerns? Yes.
Why did you choose this element?
I chose carbon because I thought it would be, because I'm pretty familiar with carbon, not as what the element's like, but it seemed familiar to me. It seemed like it was pretty common. Yes.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I didn't actually know carbon and diamonds is 100% carbon. That's like the thing that I took out of it the most, like that I appreciated out of it the most, because I didn't know that carbon and diamonds are the same. Yes.
Also, I'd just like to point out that I liked your slides very much. They were very visually interesting, and you used a lot of graphs that were easy to understand, which I liked a lot.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I think that's done.